You do realize how many truly non-existent normal monsters that exist in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Now, I gotta tell you, this was an idea proposed by my friend Bolt Spider out here. It was creating a booster pack for all of the missing normal monsters out here. Now, for those of you that don't seem to know or understand this, there are so many normal monsters that are currently not released in the TCG that while you might be sitting here looking at this going, well, you know, this is a terrible idea. This would never truly sell. No, there are ways to market this in a way to allow this sort of product to exist. So not only can we create a booster pack of normal monsters, we can also reprint all of the Primite cards in here. We can also create exclusive Primite cards that are also going to only be available in this set. Now, here's the thing. For all intents and purposes out here, the Primite cards were basically the last vestige for normal monster decks, all right? And the fact that we have seen Blue Eyes out here taking advantage of this stuff. You have Materia Reactors interacting with normal monsters now. You have, you know, White Douston being an E-Telly target out here to do full Fiendsmith combo out here. You know, in previous generations and sets, we have had normal monsters were just shit on. All right, people were like, I don't want to use these cards. You know, they're terrible. No, we've kind of returned back to a point now where having access to these cards or using these cards now makes it worth playing them, because the Primite cards were the thing that basically allowed these cards to see play. Like the fact that Konami has been printing more exclusive normal monsters in their OTS packs out here. For example, you know, we have the Space Omayanji that is a spellcaster level 1 tuner monster that Blue Eyes just absolutely loves. Like the fact that, you know, you can, you know, E-Telly it out off of the Tremors, and then you literally are just like, oh, okay, so now that I have this set up, now I can go ahead and start, you know, full comboing on up, and, you know, we can play the game. That's what you want to be seeing out here. It's that level of support and interaction that you're getting from this that makes you kind of happy about this. Now, how do we market something like this? Well, first of all, you got to understand the base of this set has to be all of these normal monsters, all right? And the big thing here is a set like this is being used as a way to catch up our card pools. All right, if you haven't paid attention as of the last couple of years, the card pool of cards that are different between the OCG and the TCG has been gradually shrinking down. Like they are doing a pretty good job at catching us up. Our problem with this whole interaction and whole thing here, though, is you still have to make a pack and you still have to market it, and you still have to try to sell it. It's actually why I liked the World Championship packs from back in the day. Those of you that don't remember, they actually had a World Championship pack full of these normal monsters that were exclusively released at that World Championship that year, that you can't even get those cards for cheap prices anymore. Those packs at this point in time are beyond 12 years old, and some of those foils are, I think, what is it, like the alligator swords, like $300+. All right, like they are unobtainium for sure. But those were more exclusive, and you were able to market it that way. So that comes down to the first point out here. Your average consumer is not going to want to buy a booster pack of all normal monsters. Okay, so we acknowledge that, but we want to market this as the Primite set. You know, we want you to be able to get this, and that's why I think doing something like more of an exclusive event pack would be the way to do this. You know how cool it would be just to be able to go to a regional, and on your entry pack at a regional, you get this Primite Awakens pack handed to you, which, let's say for an example out here with all of these normal monsters that we have, they pick 10 normal monsters, and you're able to pull one of these 10 normal monsters. Now, is there going to be a value or a circulation to this? Are these cards going to be expensive? If you're doing it like this and you're tying it into a regional and you're getting this pack on your regional entry, well, congratulations. You're giving something in addition to what you're already doing. I mean, if you're still getting those 5 packs and then a Primite pack on top of it, I don't think a single Yu-Gi-Oh player is going to complain out here, because they're like, hey, I'm still getting my 5 Rage of the Abyss packs, I'm still able to pull my Fool Wars, and then, oh cool, I pulled the Ultra Hollow variation of the 1 of 10 vanilla monsters that's available in the pack. That's really a cool idea, but for the most line of success out here, in order to market something like this, you are going to have to focus on the idea of, oh crap, we are going to have to do this. We can't sell this in mainstream. It's not going to work. It's not going to function. Even if you were to put something like a Blue Eyes White Dragon alt art in here, and a Red Eyes and a Dark Magician, one that's going to be, in order to sell this product, you're going to have to create and, pay more money for that. You're going to get hated on for the nostalgia reprints again. All right, the community already hates the pandering to nostalgia. I guess you could reprint another verse on an idea like this and try to do that, but the reason why I bring up this whole idea today is most of the TCG players, especially in the era now of all this new Primite stuff and all of these cool ideas, most people just want to be able to maybe have access to these cards. I was looking at the Materia Reactor cards the other day, and I was like, okay, so One-Eyed Dragon, Sonic Duck, Avian, and Baby Dragon are your big notable names, but there's at least 2 to 3 other Win Vanilla monsters that we just don't have. Maybe I want to play those. Maybe I want to play my favorite one of those cards, and that's like the big major thing out here. All right, when players can't get access to these more niche cards, especially when you release generic support like this, there's an issue with this. And I think Konami has struggled with the idea out here of trying to create a product in a way to try to sell these normal monsters. And that's fine. I also don't understand why Konami's so afraid to create like an event pack for a year of going to regionals and things like that. Because we've noticed that the OCG has been doing this lately. They've been, especially for older format tournaments, they've been focusing on creating these packs for, if you go to an event, you get X card on entry, and you're like, oh, hey, this is fine. We've got the OTS tournament pack experience for locals. That's fine, but why is it when it comes to a regional level, we wouldn't be able to use this to kind of catch us up with the pool? Say a couple years down the line, if this pack becomes successful and we enjoy things like this, Primite Awakens, the 10th volume, then we could start creating things for this. We have to catch these card pools up eventually. I would rather at least have the card exist, or go back to the idea of tossing these things into the OTS packs as the short prints. That worked out. We did get a lot of very cool cards out of those normal monsters from that time, in those short print slots. They were like 2 to 3 per box, and I know a lot of people, the Wretched Ghost in the Attic, from the old tournament pack days, that's worth money now. Believe it or not. You might not want me to tell you that. You might not believe that, but those old things, they are worth something. It is truly a spectacle to be had out here, that these old things are worth this. So I gotta give credit to my friend Bolt Spider. I wanted to talk about this today because I find this topic to be very interesting. That we have all of these normal monsters that are just kind of sitting here in limbo purgatory that just really are not doing anything. And it's very annoying that we're not finding a method to distribute these cards and to get these cards out to the player base so that, hey, we can play these. And I get it, all right? They might not be for everybody, and that's fine, but let the people that do want the vanilla monsters find a method to create these and maybe add a little bit more into the regional experience out here. I'm telling you, if there's a little bit more available in like a pool of things being added, or hey, and maybe it was a top 32 pack, for an example, at a regional, I think that'd be a pretty cool little incentive. At least maybe $5-10 extra for those that were already going to stick around and try to play. So please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. You think a Primite pack it'd probably fail, but realistically, there are ways to spin it around so you guys can actually do something. And I'll leave a link down below to Bolt Spider so you guys can check them out. You guys have a good rest of your day, alright?
Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.